This little raindrop dress has a fun balloon or bubble hem. I'll teach you how to make it, along with techniques such as shirring and sewing French seams. This tutorial is brought to you by allfreesewing.com. To begin with, wash, dry, and iron all fabrics and embellishments. I'll be using a crocheted doily as an accent for this dress. I found it at my local dollar store. You'll need 3 measurements. First, measure the chest under the arms. Then, measure under the arm to the desired length of the dress. Finally, measure around the legs about 3 inches higher than the desired length of the dress. Here are the formulas for cutting out your dress. I'm going to start by showing how to sew a French seam. The fabric I chose for the dress is 2-sided, so I'm going to demonstrate on a piece of scrap fabric to make it easier. Begin by sewing a 1/4 inch seam with the fabric's wrong sides together. In other words, the pattern should be on top. This is going to seem a little backwards, but stay with me. Press the seam and turn the fabric inside out. Then, sew alongside the previous seam with a 1/2 inch seam. Turn right side out and you'll see that the raw edges are encased in the French seam. Now to make the French seam on my dress. Sew down the length of the dress with the 1/4 inch seam. Press the seam and turn inside out. Then sew alongside the previous seam with a 1/2 inch seam. Turn the dress right side out and admire your handiwork. Press to finish. Now we'll work on the top of our dress. With the dress inside out, turn down the top 1/2 inch and press. Then turn down another 1/2 inch and press again. Pin the lace trim on top of this hem. Fold the ends of the lace under to minimize fraying. Now cut 4 pieces of satin ribbon. Cut these long enough to tie in a big bow on the shoulder. Fold up the ends to reduce fraying and pin these to the inside of the dress. To make shirring, you're going to need elasticized thread. You can find this type of thread for $1 at Walmart. It's located by the elastic and Velcro rather than by the regular thread. Now hand wind a bobbin loosely with elasticized thread. Insert as you would a regular bobbin. Use regular cotton or cotton poly blend thread on top. You can lengthen your stitch a bit. Some sewers like to hand tie the ends of their threads when shirring. Others, myself included, see nothing wrong with back stitching or stay stitching. Martha Stewart recommends back stitching, and if it's good enough for Martha, it's good enough for me. For best results, sew slowly. Make enough rows of shirring to go halfway to the belly button. Once your shirring is complete, press on high heat with steam. This will shrink your stitches. Be careful not to melt your ribbon. If you'd like, you can spritz your dress with water. Your dress should look like this. Now we'll work on the hem. This type of dress is sometimes referred to as a bubble or balloon dress, because the bottom of the dress balloons out and the hem is not visible. To make the hem, fold up a 1/2 inch and press. Then fold up another inch or so, wide enough for your elastic and a 1/4 inch seam. Press or pin in place. Sew along the top edge of the hem. This will become the elastic casing. Remember to change your bobbin back to regular thread. Leave a 1 inch hole for threading your elastic. Insert a safety pin in the elastic and thread it through the casing. Align the ends of the elastic and sew together with a zigzag stitch. Sew the hole in the casing with a straight stitch. Finally, you can hand stitch a doily or other embellishment on the skirt portion of the dress. You can also singe the ends of the ribbon to prevent fraying. To wear the dress, pull the elastic hem upward about 3 inches so that the skirt balloons out and the hem is not visible. This project was brought to you by allfreesewing.com. For more project ideas and tutorials, visit www.MadeByMarzipan.com.